Hey guys, sorry about that. Today is August 31st, and I'm 4 years and will be 9 months, I think, September 13th, something like that. But I wanted to do a video on some physical changes that I keep forgetting to mention, and also some emotions that I've been experiencing, and a little bit of here and there. So, real quick, I was at my sister's house a couple weeks ago, and we hadn't seen each other in person in a little while. And she told me that my nose was getting bigger. And I was like, well, thanks a lot. So, yeah, this part of my nose has grown. Now, I talked about this right here being a feature from my mother. I'm not frowning, but it looks like I'm frowning. Well, the nose thing, my mom has a bigger nose than my dad did, and my brother and her share the same nose, and now I'm starting to, it's not as big as theirs, but it's working itself that way. Also, my skin, I don't know if the camera can pick up these little blemishes that come up. They're like little hard white things. They're not a pimple, but they're coming up on my skin, and they're coming up on this side now, and I've got a couple right down here and on my forehead. Maybe the forehead can see. Sorry, I just ate a salad. I don't know what that's caused from. I'm going to ask the doctor to send me to a skin doctor, just because I have a spot on my leg I need to have looked at. And then I'll ask him about that. I did read an article where baking soda and water, make it as a paste, rub it on your face and let it sit for a few. Do that twice a week, and it draws out everything out of your pores. So I might try that too. I don't know if that's what that is. I'm not sure. It's not yellow. They're little white things. They're not, they don't look like oil is trapped. So, another thing is that I think I talked about this last video, that I was going to let my hair grow out. And I did. To a point where I couldn't. It was at that ugly stage. But what happened was, I was looking at the back of my head in the mirror, and the crown of my head is going bald. I'm very very thin there in that crown, and I'm like, really? No one's told me that. I mean, I wear hats a lot, but no one's told me that my hair was thinning in the crown. In fact, Tony said my hair was thinning, but she didn't mention how bald it was looking when she cut my hair last. So I went and got my hair cut this morning. Actually, I talked to the hairdresser and told her, I was thinking about letting it go long. It would look thicker over that. And she went, and I said, let's just go back to my same old haircut. So that's what it is. I'm also getting grayer, so it looks bald, but that's all gray. But it's all right. It's life. I'm looking older. I am swollen. I've noticed the last few videos I have been swollen. I'm not suffering with sinuses, but I'm not sleeping good because of my sinuses. So I really don't know what the issue's there. But let's go through some emotions. Lately, I've been dealing with some up and downs, I guess you could say. There's times where it's really hard on me being disabled and not working. My story is about, I worked at a job that I was always walking, and the terrains, it was all different kinds of terrains. I was on all rock, or I was on all asphalt, or I was on like a grass that had gopher holes and stuff. I mean, it was just all different terrains. And after about 10 years, my feet started really bothering me, and I went to the doctor, and my fascia was inflamed. It's supposed to be like 0.5 and mine was like 7 something. So for 2 years I worked with trying to do surgery and acupuncture therapy and cortisone shots and physical therapy, and finally I couldn't walk anymore. It was just burning my feet. So I'm in orthotics, all but sleeping and sitting in a chair. I don't go barefooted at all, and I wear special tennis shoes. It gives my feet the room to expand because my feet swell. When I'm sitting in a chair, I can handle maybe an hour, but hit 2 hours in a chair and my legs swell and they start burning and my feet start burning. And so anyway, that being said, I've been retired for 9 years now. But lately it's been giving me, it's like the pain levels, I'm not able to manage it mentally, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not a big painkiller popper. I've got them, but I don't like to be kind of like a lethargic during the day. I'll take them at night when I sleep. I do not take any of the codeine stuff, narcotic stuff. I won't take that. It just doesn't do the job. It makes you feel loaded, and then the pain is still there when you come out of it. I take them at night so I can sleep. There's times when I can't even touch my mattress with my feet. They burn so bad. So I am on some medication for that. But lately it seems like it's just been unable to I haven't had a grip on it. And I've been, ever since I had the phalloplasty, I've been wanting to get back to the gym, get back to my program. And it's just, I've been able to do projects, but my projects keep me down a couple extra days than what I planned. And so it's been kind of hard. I've been like in a kind of like in a hole, you know, and I'm trying to dig myself out, and I start gaining ground, and then the dirt gets softer and I just go back down to the bottom. But in that, I'm really missing just going to like Home Depot or Lowe's, you know, interacting with other guys. I don't have any real outlets being off work, so the guys I interact with are my brother-in-law and his son-in-laws, and that's about it, really. So it's been kind of just an emotional roller coaster for me lately, and communication has changed for me. It seems like it's just getting worse. I'm not able to understand the picture. For example, especially my mom and sister. They're telling me things and they're not painting the picture clear enough for me to understand where they're coming from. Or if I think I know where they're coming from and I respond to it, they're like, that's not what I said. Sorry, it stopped. And it seems like we end up in little spats. Not arguing, but just little spats. And it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been fun for me. And I let my wife listen to a conversation. Well, I had it on speaker, and when I hung up, I was like, is it all me? And she said, no. They're not listening to you. They hear you, but they're not listening to you. You answer their questions, but you're a little bit more direct. And how did she say it? I don't remember how she said it. I said, well, I know it's just not all them. It's me too. And she said, yes. You cannot multitask the conversation. You can't take the shadows and the pastels and the deep colors and put them in a picture. You have to have it all dark or all light or, you know, all gray. And it's hard. I mean, it really is. Now I understand why my brother-in-law and my sister don't have good communications. And my mom and my stepdad don't have good communications. They get in little spats all the time. And I'm like, I just don't get it. Tony has learned that when she talks to me about her work, she has to be more precise now. She has to let me know when she changes the subject from one person to another, because I think she's still on the previous person. And I'm looking at her going, it doesn't make sense to me. She goes, no, I'm talking about so-and-so now. Oh, well, why don't you? Hello, I'm not a multitasker, multi-communicator anymore. So those things have really been getting at me, eating at me lately. And I think it's because I don't have a social circle that, I'm bottled up here. I can go to I haven't been going out to my horses just because it's too hot, and finally it's getting cooler, and I'll probably start going out there again. A lady has asked me to work with her horse, so that'll ignite my butt to get out there. But another thing, guys, I just want you to know, be an advocate for your health. Testosterone levels, if you're not absorbing, there's other things that can happen. If you don't have levels that keep you high enough, you don't go into your second characteristic, sexual growth, which means like clitoris growth, hair, facial hair. It took me 2.5 years to start getting facial hair because of my low testosterone levels. So be an advocate for yourself. If your doctor's not understanding you, or is not agreeing with you, and is keeping you on a low dose, or puts you on a higher dose, and maybe your blood pressure gets a little high, or your red blood count goes higher, and they use your testosterone as their medicine and cut your dose, that's not how to treat you. Just remember that. If you're starting to get hypertension, it's because it's hereditary, and your body is telling you, hey, something's wrong with me. Give me medicine for the high blood pressure. Don't change my dose in testosterone. So just kind of read up on it. There's a website called the Center of Excellence Care for Transgender Services, I believe. It's from San Francisco. They've done decades of research. It gives a protocol for the professionals, how to address transgender people, what the protocol for hormone therapy should be. And it does say for testosterone, it starts out like, you can start out anywhere between 50 to 100 a week, not 2 weeks. And so it gives the doctor an idea, hey, 100's not too much. Also too, it talks about surgeries and all this stuff. Just remember, though, if you're started on a 2-week dose where you only get a shot every other week, if you start plateauing energy-wise, mentally, fatigue, whatever it is, just before that shot, let your doctor know and ask him or her to start doing you weekly and see if that resolves. I had to go that route. 2 weeks was too long. My body was running out of testosterone early. It was, using it up or whatever it was, but I was crashing. So on a weekly regimen, I do fine. They finally got my testosterone levels after 4 years. They've got it up high enough to where I'm doing really good, and I like how I feel. That's why the changes, my nose, the hair, I have a lot of hair here, but I'm kind of bald, and that's another thing I got to check about is why my hair on my body seems to be thinning out too. I have a hypothyroid disease, so it could be that's one of the side effects from that disease. So anyway, I just wanted to do an update, let you guys know some things have been going on, things I'm dealing with. How do I pull myself out of that down spiral mental, emotional thing I'm going through? I just try to remember that I'm much happier than I've ever been, and I don't want to waste today worried about what happened last year or 10 years ago, or worried about what could happen, because that hasn't come yet. I'm trying to live in the day. I'm going to start implementing meditation, visualization, affirmations. So those are the things I'm looking at to get myself healthier and better. I want to. I haven't gained any weight, but I can feel I'm not as healthy as I was. So I want to work on that again and get my body, get my mind kicked back to getting healthier and handling things like the conversations and stuff without getting upset or frustrated. So if you have anything that's going on, share it with me. You can email me. You can IM me on YouTube. I will respond as soon as I can. I'm pretty good at it if it notifies me. But just let me know what's going on with you, what you're dealing with, and if I've experienced it, how I handled it. But anyway, you guys, take it one day at a time, and always make your journey as simple as possible. We'll talk to you later. Bye.